In the book of Ecclesiastes, we find the admonition to embrace sadness. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. This may seem counterintuitive. At a party, you are around friends and family having a good time and enjoying the fruits of your labor. When you visit a friend or family member who has recently lost a loved one, it is a sad and dispiriting time. Why would being sad be better? When we attend a wake or visit with someone grieving, you should consider your own mortality. Ponder questions about eternal life. What would God think of me if I stood before him right now? Have I done all I could to bring my children, family and friends to heaven? What obligation do we have to others less fortunate than ourselves? Am I being the best person I can be, or do I have annoying habits that need to be changed? Bad and annoying habits are aggravating to those around you, but not when compared with death. The house of mourning tends to offer a clear view of our own faults. We should stop doing that thing we know is displeasing to God. We should start treating others with more kindness. It is certain that a party full of laughing, jokes and amusements will not create introspection in our hearts. That is why the next verse says, "Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better." I have often heard people expressing regrets when someone passes. I wish I had spent more time with her. I wish I had been kinder to him. I wish I had made things right between us. I wish I was capable of deep introspection at all times. I am not, so I need people I respect to point out my faults. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. Life would be less embarrassing if I would see my own weaknesses. My wife is often kind enough to point out my issues and offer a remedy for my improvement. A true friend will do the same. Proverbs says, "The wounds of a friend are faithful, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful." Do not take advice from someone you know does not have your best interests at heart.
Check.
I laugh when I hear a politician say, "If my opponents want to win an election, they should be doing this or that thing." Do you think a politician would really give advice to help their opponent? No, they wouldn't. Be careful. Bad advice can take you down some dangerous paths. Marcus Aurelius said, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Make sure you compare any advice offered to what the Bible tells you. Do not listen to fools. You don't actually have to go visit someone in a time of trouble to know life is ephemeral. We must humble ourselves in the sight of God and be sober-minded. You can adopt this mindset and carry it with you every day. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. The person with a wise heart considers eternal life. A fool does not want to think about anything but the here and now. A selfish person will fill life with adventures, possessions and wealth with little regard for the poor. Socrates said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Growing in the grace of God requires us to examine ourselves. 2 Corinthians says to test yourselves and find out if you really are true to your faith. If you pass the test, you'll discover that Christ is living in you. But if Christ isn't living in you, you have failed. May the God of all mercy bless you in following him. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. This helps us spread the good news of Jesus.